all started now. This day's a turning point in my life. The day I begin living my life from the inside out. And I am transformed.
Hello everyone, my name is Maria Mirkovich and I'm your host for Family Today. This show is for everyone. It's for parents, grandparents, and young adults. It includes art, culture, entertainment, family matters, and spirituality. Today's topic is on estranged children, adult children. I pray that for families out there, there is nobody suffering. There is a lot of people, it's almost like an epidemic. People are turning to a lot of therapists, counsel people, just to talk about their estranged adult children. Once they get married, the son-in-law or the mother-in-law, they are estranged. They are cut off from the family system. And here with me to talk about this matter is Gina Bagrovich, and here she is. Welcome, Gina.
Thank you, Maria, for having me on the show.
Thank you for coming to the show and to share this topic that is not so wonderful, because for the parents out there, they are suffering. These people want to connect with their families. It begins with the people just being cut off for no reason. I mean, if there was abuse or reason, they will acknowledge it. They will do whatever it takes to repair these things. But unfortunately, these people begin to have subtle catty things, you know, to start fighting about. So you could start being, I don't know, you have guilt feelings over it. You think you did something wrong. You did not do anything wrong. There are countless people. There's websites. There's 12-step programs for these people who are sharing the same thing. We didn't do anything. We just loved our children. We wanted to support them. And
that is very true, Maria. A lot of people are going through this suffering. It's called a consistent grieving over parentals, grandparents, parents even, deprived from their grandchildren.
Yes.
And it's so hurtful to hear.
It is parental abuse. You know, the adult children are abusing their elderly,
Right.
and also child abuse, because children do not have a choice in this matter. So they're taking the love away. If they don't like you, they just start, like I said before, with little bits of cattiness, whatever, problematic things, so they could cut you off. And then they tell their children it's a bad grandmother, it's a bad grandfather, maybe aunt and other family members.
It's true. It's true about that. You know, there's a lot of signs where the children are asking, little children, 5, 6-year-olds are asking, hey, Daddy, why don't we see pictures of your parents, your mommy and daddy? And then, like, the parent, like, say, the mom who is alienating the children, would continue bringing them even more so to their side and not having any explanation.
And lies. About the
So this
grandparents.
is, like you said, it is abuse to the children. And the dad would reply, oh, one day we'll explain to you and we'll tell you why. But that
Yes.
really is not a good explanation, because the children feel it.
Yes.
They know all the surroundings that are happening right now.
Yes, they do. They grow up, and then they call the grandfather or grandmother
Right.
saying, I'm 20, 21 years old. I want to speak to you. I want to know you. You are my blood.
Right.
You I love so much. And in most cases, Gina, these young adults now, the grandparents are happy, because these young adults come to them and say, look, our mom and dad didn't want us to be together, but now we want you at our weddings. We want you to celebrate with us, birthday parties, things like that, festivities that the family should really share, because this is really ruining families in all walks of lives. There is a website out there. I don't know the exact website, but next time, if this continues, this program, because I want to continue this to make those people reflect that they're not alone. You are not alone. People are going through this all the time. and there will be more to this, to the website that you can reach,
Yes.
because there's a lot of people, therapists and lawyers that gang up on the elders, and they make it impossible for the grandparents to really win in court. I don't know if that's the right term, win, to get their
To
grandchildren.
get their support, to get their children.
Yes.
I know in Arizona they're putting a petition,
Yes.
and in the law where they can see their grandchildren.
Yes.
The grandparents can see their grandchildren. So in this website, we'll get next time with our next episode.
Yes, we want to give the correct website.
Correct. And we would like to share a little bit more about it next time, and also how different states are going to take approach to this situation that's really harming a lot of the
It's an epidemic.
grandparents.
It's
It is an epidemic.
A lot of people think they're alone. They're not. You're not alone. There's
No.
many people that are dealing with this, and it's unbelievable. It's a dark thing. It's very dark. How can you do that to your kids? If you don't want your in-laws, how can you do it with your kids? Why make a family just to cut off the children? The children, they need so much more love. They need. There are grandparents that spoke to me as a life coach. They spoke to me. They said, "Look, we have gifts that keep coming back. When we send the gifts, they come back to us. Letters that we write to these kids, they come back to us. We have a little box, and we put it all together, so they could see, and then they start crying because all these gifts
And the memories
letters
that you
and
have,
memories
yes.
are returned to them." And this is an ongoing thing. So the people are so depressed, these grandparents that are going through this. And there's also parental alienation. That's another matter, though.
That is another matter.
that's-
Even celebrities like Alec Baldwin went through such a
Yes.
situation like
Yes.
this. But mainly the grandparents now, it's really tough out there. And
Yes.
a lot of people are understanding. It's not from one culture to another culture.
It's
Everybody's
not.
being affected with this.
People say it's a cultural thing, or maybe you said something wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. These are the people that are. A lot of professors say that I spoke to. They could be narcissistic parents, and therefore they blow their spouse's or husband or wife. They
Right.
could both do it.
Right.
The majority is the wife. And they lie. They lie about these grandparents that gave blood and life to the son, and they would never have these children anyway if it wasn't for the grandparents. I always say
true.
that,
That
you
is
know.
true.
And there is a lot of outrage about this. People need to know that they're not alone. I'm going to say it more times than not.
And then there's key words too. You know, a lot of people that are going to like the support groups that have just started, just changing the wording too. It would be being kind instead of revengeful, or different words that came up on YouTube and the support groups that said
The support groups, also I believe it's a GA, I'm not going to say.
AGA? Yes.
AGA website. Like I said, next program, I'm going to have the full
website up.
full website and people
And
that
more
they-
information,
info,
too.
and more info, yes. You could take a look at my website, and if you want to write to me, let's have a website on momentarily. It's going to come on. So you could reach me at www.familytodaywithmariamirkovich.tv. And maybe at the end, we're going to put it full on. So you could reach me at telephone number 201-314-9804. Just in case you want to speak to someone that needs a shoulder to cry on, somebody that,
You know, anything that anybody needs, that compassion and time to share, and so somebody can have a lending ear,
Yes.
basically, because a person in any group
Yes.
that they go to, they need to share it. Sometimes not
People
with your
feel
own family
helpless,
members.
yes.
People feel helpless, yeah.
They feel isolated. They
Correct.
feel that they did something wrong, and they didn't. They really didn't. They were loving parents. We're not talking about abusiveness, abusive people, people that drink, that hit people. We're not talking about that. We're talking about good-hearted grandparents, and they do not deserve it. They did not do anything wrong.
Yes, definitely. You know, again, innocent grandparents that want to show love
And share.
give to their grandchildren. It's being taken away from them. So that is some form of child abuse.
Child abuse,
that
yes.
was said on Dr. Phil in 2012,
Yes.
where it was a parent that had this situation, but
Yes.
they also confirmed it with the grandparents that it is child abuse if
Yes.
if you're taking away the grandchildren.
Mm-hmm.
And so going back to Arizona, they are talking about this at the courts and making a statement to let the grandparents see their grandchildren. And
Mm-hmm.
hopefully in New Jersey, New York, we will end up doing something similar to that.
Oh, I hope and pray
And the
that
support.
something is being done for these families that want to reunite, the grandparents that want to reunite with the children, with their children and grandchildren. It's a blessing to be together. You know, there's festivities, there's holidays. How could these people go on without the family members there? And
Yes.
as you mentioned, you know, the child always keep asking, where's daddy's side of
Where's Daddy's
the pictures?
Parents? We need to know, why is this situation happening? Well, nobody really knows the cause, why they're alienating the grandparents. So to look further into this situation, we need to support our community, our fellow state, just so that the parents, grandparents, grandchildren are all connected again. Definitely.
So what would you say to, you have two beautiful young children. Go ahead.
I myself would never do that because I know what I've seen through others, what has happened, and it's just,
And it's not you.
and it's not me. I just feel that they would lose out on the love from the grandparents.
Yes, they will
And the
lose
love
out on the love.
is the key thing because grandchildren, children need that love and support growing up in life. Yes?
Like I said, if you want to call, there's a website too that I could give you later. And you could get lawyers that know of this, because there are lawyers that get, I said that before, they gang up with a therapist, bad therapists. They're also very dark. You have to go through this website because they will give you people that understand this matter. And it's a very important that people get connected to this website and reach for that help that they need. And we'll be right back. We'll be right back.
You probably know someone with autism. But you might not know that half of children with autism wander away from safe places, including homes or schools, in your neighborhood. Many head straight to water or into traffic with fatal consequences. If this were your child, would you want someone to get involved and help? Parents of children with autism do. If you ever see a child walking alone, remember the 3 S's. Stop to help, seek assistance from police, stay until they arrive. Get involved and help bring a child with autism home safely. To learn more, visit missingkids.com/aware.
Hello again. Hello. Welcome back. We are back. And my guest, Gina Mirkovich, she is sharing about, we are sharing, both of us are sharing and talking about this estrangement from the grandchildren. And Gina, you had a family in mind. I think it was that you met them and they told you the story how a couple's marriage began, and when they had their first child, what really happened?
Yes, there was a situation where a family got together, happily married, came around where it was time to have children, the girl was pregnant, they felt comfortable still, they had a baby shower, everything was wonderful, but after the baby was born, there was a harder situation where the mother of the newborn and the husband, the mother started to alienate the grandparents. It started off with small
things.
indications,
You
small
just-
things you feel like, okay, no problem,
hear
that's
it all
not a
the
red
time.
sign, I'll
Yeah.
just shrug it off. Maybe they weren't feeling so
Shrug it
great.
off, yes.
You know, maybe they couldn't make it this time
This
to come
time.
see the grandchildren and so on. But more and more, there was situations where they were confronted saying, hey, what's going on? We want to see our grandchildren. Why are you taking this away from us?
Yes, yes.
And instead of taking them to court or really going deeper, they just wanted to love
And support them.
support and have the respect. But because the mother of the newborn decided to cut the grandparents completely and the rest of the family members was very
Ahead of
painful.
time.
Ahead of time
Because
before
you shared that with me.
yeah, I did share. We did share once before, and ahead of time, just to like, that's it. The baby's born. You saw it once or twice. No more. If we have a family in the future, that's it. She mentioned to her husband, if you speak to your parents, I will cut you off completely too.
And that was before they got married. I believe you said that.
Yes.
I believe you said that.
Before they
yeah.
got married, everything was hunky-dory. Everything was great. When they had the newborn.
The daughter-in-law called her mom.
The daughter-in-law did call her mom. She would have done anything. They knew each other for a really long time.
There was a time when I think you said, just
Recapturing that.
there was a time when he left her. The young man left the girl because of what she said to him before they got married. What did they say?
That is true. She said that if you are with me, you need to cut off your parents completely, like an umbilical cord. Cut them off.
Yes,
It's either me or them, and that's it. No in between. Some people, with this alienation of the grandparents, some people could still speak but don't show the grandchildren.
Oh, yes, yes,
This
yes.
situation was completely cut
Cut
off from
off.
family. And, you know, we would share some of the stories to other people and said, oh, it's no big deal, and so on and so forth.
And they do it, they do it because they don't like the mother-in-law or the father-in-law.
That is right.
And to punish them, because I said before, because they're narcissistic, that's what they do. And they do it to the husband too. I don't understand how they could go together doing this. I mean, you know, go ahead. I'm sorry. I
No,
didn't
you said the
want
right
to-
word.
Yes.
It's narcissistic abuse to the husband or wife if they're
And
doing
children.
it. And children
And the
especially.
elders.
And the elders.
Yep,
That's
yep.
the abuse of it.
So they.
But going back to the
Yeah,
story,
excuse me,
so that choice is a hard choice between your
Yeah.
wife and your newborn
Yeah.
and your parents and your loved ones on this side.
Yeah.
It should be all merged and connected together.
Yes,
But
yes.
that's kind of almost hatred at that point,
Oh,
where you have
yeah.
to choose one side of the family or the other side of the
Yes.
family. It's all connected. It's all one love. So sharing this and talking about this, we hear more and more people coming up to us and saying, hey, we went through this too, but we're embarrassed because of our community or our nationality doesn't talk about this. And people are coming up, and even on, like we said before, on the websites, on YouTube, on the support group, people are finding out more and more about alienation of the grandparents.
And how they're not alone. I'm going to say it again and
Correct.
again. People think they're alone. They're isolated. They don't know how to deal with it. They're like, oh my God, did we do something wrong? And they didn't. You didn't do anything wrong. This is all set up from the in-law. It could be a man, husband, or it could be a lady, wife that wants to alienate the other side. But their side
Correct.
is hunky-dory with them.
Hunky-dory.
Yes.
And even just little trigger points of what
Yes.
the wife or husband would say to each other or to the parents. That would be, oh, get gifts on the holiday that are not the right thing, or say
Yes.
false words and make up kind of stories and lies. All of a sudden, again, the red flags will come up and say, this is not acceptable, but you feel like you love this person, you're
You
not going to
shrug it
confront
off.
them,
You
shut
shrug
them
it
off.
off. You
Absolutely.
shrug it off. You say, okay, maybe I'm making a big deal. And it's almost going to the denial state because you're feeling not for sure this is not happening. It's not happening. For sure it's not happening. How could it? You know?
Right.
It's not the way I'm thinking. But then there was with this coupleship that you were naming. You didn't name them.
I didn't want to say the
they
name, right.
wanted like the son wanted to have some kind of healing, and
Right.
and everybody said these catty words or something to that effect.
Right,
I don't
right.
know. I'm just trying
so
to
really not
recap
getting
your
to
story.
the situation. As the son sees everything,
And he heard
he
everything.
hears everything. He wants to connect with his parents, but he's not allowed because these negative words and the abuse that went through in the conversation, it was supposed to, like Maria said, it was supposed to be a healing session to see what the core of the matter is.
And bottom line, I think that son got up and said, you know what happened really? This is all bull, BS. This is not really because what you're saying, stupid little things, you know, catty things. It's about your daughter telling me to cut my parents off for no reason. And you said to me
That
that
is it.
everybody got up, her side got up,
Yep.
left,
Yep.
and she shut the door, she stomped her foot, and she really got it. She got the truth.
She got the truth
She
out
got
of it.
the
Yeah.
truth,
Yeah.
but then she cut people off.
Yeah.
She said either this or that, and let them look bad. Let the grandparents look. It's not
Right.
even about let the parents look bad. It's how the parents feel. She punished them, and and this was not okay. This is not all right.
It's not acceptable.
Your story is such a wonderful story, and we cannot name people yet because we are just on the tip of the iceberg now.
Yeah.
We're just opening this door because it's very private. It's very private. But for those people that are suffering, again, reach out for people like yourselves. There are groups. There are 12-step groups. We are going to name the groups once we have them. We don't have the right addresses for them yet.
Correct,
We don't
yes.
have the correct, for now, today we didn't bring it with us, the complete website. We don't want to give you half of a website, but there is help out there. There is help out there. There are people like yourselves, and like I said before, it's an epidemic in this country and elsewhere too.
That is right.
I was in Italy. I heard the same thing happening. There's really an epidemic about this, and that's to destroy families. That is really to destroy family life.
You mentioned it's an epidemic. It is. It's not only in our culture in this state.
Yes.
It's through the country that this is happening. We hear many stories of it. You know, we would share about, oh, I know this story. Oh, it's a loss. People who went through grievances don't understand it. They'll feel like, oh, well, no, it's not
This
the same
is
grievance.
unfinished business. This is what do I do with this?
Yeah.
There's no
There's no conclusion. There's no closure to this.
there's no closure.
So it's a consistent grieving.
Yeah.
And a lot of people might not understand it, but there's no closure. There's no connecting still.
Yes.
That's why we need to get more of the support groups coming up. And like
Yes.
Maria mentioned before, with the websites and stuff, we will have, when our expert comes in to speak on this is more of an introduction of today's topic.
It is really an introduction, and
Yes.
we didn't name names, but in the future, hopefully, we will. We will see how many people will follow on this topic,
And
on
that are
this
going through
agenda,
this, yeah.
really this agenda. What could be done? What books to read? What people to contact,
Right.
and so on. So we only have 5 more minutes, but there's a lot of children's story. I mean, children's letters,
Letters.
that we read recently, right, Gina?
We took part of a little survey to see what's happening.
Yes.
And they are children that write these adorable letters, and they're
Yes.
saying, we miss our grandparents. We want to see our
Where
grandparents.
are you?
Where
Where
are
are
you?
you?
We miss you. And with this show, being out there on YouTube, you can catch Maria's show on Family Today with Maria Mirkovich .tv, and of
Yes.
course on our community cable channel.
Maybe
through our
we'll
different
post on
states.
Facebook too, but
Yes.
YouTube is an excellent way, just in case you you don't catch this program, which you will, because I know a lot of you, you will be watching this, and I know from YouTube you put it on TV, right?
Correct,
Don't
yeah.
they do that?
Yes,
I don't
they
do it yet, but it's an awesome way to participate or to watch a program
Yes.
that you either missed or not, and then you connect it to your channel, your television show.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
Is
yes.
that true? Because
That
I
is
never
true.
did it, so I'm asking you.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So catch us on this topic, like we mentioned today, on
Yes.
YouTube and on Maria's TV show. And we will have some more information with our new guests next
Yes,
time.
to connect with, yes. So we have, the website could go up again, and our email address. There it is, mariamirkovich.tv, www, Family Today with Maria Mirkovich.tv, 201-314-9804 is the telephone number. Like us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, and let's connect and deal with this issue. If we could be of service to you, we will be there for you, dear viewers, all people that need our help and instruction.
And also prayers.
And prayers,
Prayers.
definitely.
We're having a circle that is connecting these families. We pray for them in silent or in a group.
Yes.
That are going through the struggle right now, basically.
Yes, that they could get a miracle of reuniting with family members. Now with Thanksgiving coming, well, there's a lot of festivities that are coming up, you know.
All the holidays, yeah.
All the holidays,
that touch base.
yes.
But you're right. During a specific holiday like Thanksgiving or Christmas, you feel it even more.
Fourth
You
of
feel
July.
It, yeah, 4th of July, you know, the summer. But you do feel it a little bit more, that, you know,
Yes,
disconnect.
yes, that
with
disconnect.
family.
Even when you go through the cards, Christmas cards, or I don't know,
It
birthday
hit
cards.
home. It's like, wait a minute, I
You
want
know, like
to
in
send or
August,
do.
Christmas cards, birthday cards.
Yeah.
Then you think of those people, and we're not zombies, you know. We are not zombies, and we have a heart. We have a heart of gold, and we have a heart that touches lives. Please connect with us through Facebook, YouTube, email, and we thank you so much for being part of our show. And until then, goodbye for now. Thank you, Gina. Thank you very much for being my guest and
Anytime.
covering a little bit of the topic.
Yes.
And we'll see you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
It all started now. Could not figure which way to go. Saw the light, took the path of least